here at Lowry Park Zoo. I'm Laura Byrne with Tampa Bay Parenting, and we have Christy Chase Tozer with Lowry Park, or not Lowry Park Zoo. Oh my gosh, Zoo Tampa. How did I do that? You know, I'm telling you, when it's ingrained in your head for so long, but I love Zoo Tampa anyway. My preference is leaning toward that. I love it. But yeah, so Zoo Tampa has a lot of exciting things happening, and if you can hear something behind us, I want you guys to come up here and take a look, because we're in the new Roaring Springs area. This is so exciting. We've been talking about this for a long time, and this is the new ride. Talk to us about this. What inspired this?
So this is a family adventure ride. For people who've been coming here a long time know that there was once a flume here. It was having a little technical difficulty, and it was shut down a fair amount. So we decided, you know what, everything else we're doing here is kind of trying to do the right thing and make everything bigger, better, more beautiful, modernized. So that's what we've done here. We've put in a much more modern family adventure ride with a huge water splash. So there's a 3-story drop, but the boat is big enough for about 20 people, so the whole family can ride together. Pretty small children can ride 36 inches with an adult.
Let's get a little closer, because I really want everyone to see this and get a peek at this. And what I like about this too, because so many younger kids can go too, because it's not that much of a fall, of a drop.
Exactly. It's about a 3-story drop.
So very kid-friendly.
Very kid-friendly, broken by the water. But yeah, and you've got this other really awesome piece. If you aren't big enough to ride, if you're just under that 36 inches, Lookout Landing right here behind your head is basically it's a crossover bridge which crosses over the ride track. So when the ride comes down, which you guys should be able to see here in a moment, the splash comes up and goes all the way across the bridge. So if you're not adventurous enough to ride the ride, you can enjoy the splash from the bridge.
You know what I love about this? And Craig, please get closer, because we really want to show us people are coming down this sound, the click, 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 as it's going up.
It's that traditional feel, right? The traditional coaster sound. And we've really been hesitant. This isn't a big, giant roller coaster. We're not trying to be a huge theme park, but we wanted it to be enough to be fun. And the most important part was that refreshing splash at the end.
Yeah, and it's also, oh, look at this.
Here we go.
Okay, so I have to ask, does everybody get wet? It looks, or you get a little bit of a splash.
You get a lot of a splash.
That's good though. And the thing is about Florida, when you're on these types of rides, you need it in the afternoon. Absolutely. It gets hot and it dries very fast because it's hot here.
Yes, all of that. It was really important to us. The one thing we know as we get into the summer months is locals and residents will say, gosh, it's warm. Do we really want to go run around the zoo? But we're trying to give them enough options to cool off throughout the day. And we think this is going to be a really fun way for people to experience.
And there really is. If you haven't been, there's a ton of shade here too. That's one reason why I love coming here with my little ones, because there are so many opportunities to seek that shade under the trees and nature.
Absolutely. And then we have air-conditioned restaurants. So there's lots of places to go out and beat the heat.
All right, so
this
whole
is our favorite by far.
Absolutely. Oh, 100%. This is so awesome. And it's not too far from the Wallaroo area, right?
Absolutely.
Where will the main entrance be?
So you can actually enter from 2 locations. So we are still under construction, so forgive us. But right here, off to my left, your right, is going to be wide open out to the carousel. And then beyond the carousel is Wallaroo. So if you've got little kids, you can come in, go to Wallaroo, enjoy the rides there, enjoy the carousel, and roam on over to Roaring Springs, and you've got this whole space. You've got a whole park just in this one area. You also can access Roaring Springs from our Florida Boardwalk. So if you're a regular, if you're a member and you've been out here and you know the walk has been dead-ended over by the Black Bears, that will be opened up here in just a couple of weeks, and it will open right into Roaring Springs.
This is so exciting. We're speaking to the little kids. I want to take a walk over to this area because I think your kids are going to love this, and you're going to love it too. And by the way, as we're making our way over here, we have some pretty awesome, refreshing drinks.
Yes, we
right?
do.
Fresh squeeze. Oh,
squeeze
all
orange
fresh
juice.
squeeze. Yep.
That's right.
And that makes a difference here in Florida, I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
And real quick, Craig, I want you to take a look at this and see. So they'll be able to purchase these drinks, right, in this area as they're waiting. And kids can enjoy the lemonade and the juice.
Absolutely. And so one of the things that's special about the Roaring Springs area is all of the food, all of the drinks have a little bit of Southern charm mixed in. So you can see these are in a mason jar. The actual product will be a little bit bigger than this, but we'll have sweet tea, lemonade, orange juice, all fresh squeeze.
And even something for the adults.
Right. There are some spiked ices that will be over there.
Sometimes that's an added bonus, you know.
Yeah, that will be kind of as you're entering the queue line for Roaring Springs. So if you need a tiny bit of liquid courage, we've got it for you.
I am terrified of roller coasters and rides, so I might need that liquid courage. I know you say a small child could go on this. I am like a small child when it comes to rides, but I will try this. I know my kids would definitely love this. And when you look at it, it's not as intimidating as some of the other drops, but it's just enough to cool off.
And that was the whole idea. We never really wanted to have a huge ride. That's not really our thing, but we did want something that a family could do together, that they could enjoy, that they could get refreshed and have fun.
All right, real quick before we take a look at these houses, cheers. We're going to get our refreshment really fast from these fresh squeezed drinks.
Really
so good.
It's
so
really
good. All right, so this, when we first walked back here, popped out immediately right away. This schoolhouse, talk to me about this whole area.
So,
closer, Craig.
Whoops. So these little houses, I know, keep kind of walking around in front of this. So we have the little red schoolhouse. We have a tiny house over here. We have some play stuff that's going in place. So while your 36-inch child is welcome to ride the ride, we know some of the smaller children won't be able to, and they may have to wait while bigger siblings or cousins or whomever are on the ride. So we wanted to create a space for some kind of imaginative play, but give them a starting ground. So all of these little houses will have some play structures inside, but the idea is for kids to be able to go in and make up their own stories and really just kind of be able to roam in and out and run around and have a great time while they're here.
This is so awesome. Can we peek inside? Is that okay? Because the schoolhouse.
There's construction going on inside.
Yes, it is. So excuse their dust. Obviously, this is still a construction zone. They're not quite ready to open yet.
Not quite ready.
But inside here, you said they were going to have dust and chalkboards and very reminiscent of an old schoolhouse.
Of an old-fashioned schoolhouse. That was really what it was designed after. So the kids can come in, they can play with chalk on the chalkboard, they can sit at a desk, they can pretend that they're teachers, any of that fun stuff.
And I love this whole area because for parents who are really into Instagram and social media, this is like Instagram gold for pictures.
Instagrammer's dream.
Right? Absolutely. So I mean, so many photo ops. This is cute. Craig, get in first because that way we're not going to.
No, my favorite part of this tiny house is the little tiny swing that's out on the porch. I mean, isn't that exactly what you're looking for?
This is so precious. I can't even. I know. Craig, by the way, when I keep saying the name Craig, he's one of the guys from our team, and he's the guy behind the camera right now. So thank you, Craig. This is so cute. Will there be another one right here, so there will be two?
Looks like there's another one.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. This is so sweet.
So inside it's just, this is like a little home, so it's kind of like an old-fashioned farmhouse. It will have a few play items inside, but again, this is mostly about imaginative play and giving kids just a baseline to start the conversation and letting them make up the story for themselves.
This is amazing. I mean, because it's been a few months since we've been out here, and to see what you guys have put together, I'm so excited. I mean, this is going to be so exciting when they see this for the first time. We all want this in our backyard.
I know. That's exactly what I thought, too. I wish I could have this for my kids.
This is so great. And they could even climb up in this little nook area. And
well, we may not let them climb in the nook.
Okay. Well, I mean. But eventually, this is all going to be
within just a couple of weeks. Yeah, we'll have all grass astroturf out here, so the kids can run around and play. There's more shade being added all the time. And what is most exciting to me, and I think the last time we talked about this, is just off here on the other side of the ride is our whole animal care campus, which for years has been hidden behind fence line. Yeah. And now that is all wide open to all of our guests. So it gives us an opportunity to talk about the care that we give to animals, which has always been behind the scenes, now kind of brings it front of house.
And I know we were talking about an ambulance, right, that you have out there. Will that be here all the time?
Everyone loves the ambulance. The ambulance will be here when it's not being used for animals.
And it's a good teaching moment for kids, too, on just preserving our earth, protecting our environment, protecting the animals.
Absolutely. We do care for a lot of Florida species. Sometimes we go out and participate in rescues. A lot of times we participate in releases. And so the ambulance gives us an opportunity to be able to take those animals back out and for people to see what's going on inside that truck. There's an actual animal that's being delivered or brought in.
This is so awesome. I mean, this whole area, and I do like that you guys are incorporating that and it just all matches, it all goes together here. It's not theme parky at all. It's very natural and just a whole nother space for families and parents to enjoy together.
Absolutely. So we really wanted to create this village feel. Again, I talked about the Southern charm. This is supposed to kind of feel like you're in an old Florida town along a spring, and it has lots of fun stuff to do and lots of things to see. We have a diner, we have a country store, obviously the play spaces we just looked in. There's a post office and a bait and tackle. So there's all this fun stuff to kind of look at and explore while you're here. And, you know, it's a relatively small space, but it doesn't feel small when you're in it. It's, you know, nice and big enough to roam around and explore.
Well, I'll tell you, it's very authentic. I've spent a lot of time in old country cities in Florida. Very authentic, very reminiscent of obviously Key West, but even in like parts of the Panhandle, like Apalachicola and cities in that area. And just a really, really awesome job, you guys. I think families are really going to look forward to this. Now, the other part of it, you have a hardware store here, which I want to take a peek inside here. It's not really a hardware store, more of like a gift shop with some pretty amazing stuff inside there.
Yeah, we call it our country store. Everything is supposed to be, again, themed to kind of old Florida country, but certainly we've got enough supplies in there that if you come on the ride and you weren't expecting to get fully soaked, which you will get soaked, there's towels, there's sunscreen, all the stuff that you would expect, but then a few little charming items along the way as well.
This is great, and your merchandisers always do a great job of finding stuff and collecting things. But a lot of locally based, a lot of local source items. And this is where people can pick up photos as well. So it'll be a whole other area.
Well. That's exactly right.
And this will be photos for the entire park as they're taking pictures, not just here.
That's right. So we will have ride photos here, but you can always get your photos at any of our kiosks throughout the park.
Awesome. So let's move to the food because we always want to talk about food around here. So Joe's Diner, this is really cool. So I know we're going to go back and taste over there, but I just want to show everybody. Again, everything is still under construction, but it's just all coming together so beautifully. Right.
Yeah, and so we have our famous Chef Itza Henderson inside the Joe's Diner. I don't know if you guys can see it from there, but he's put together some really wonderful Southern items for us. Strawberry shortcake and key lime pie and conch fritters and these amazing drinks.
Yes.
So fish tacos is another thing that's on the menu. So again, just a little different than what you have come to expect probably out of a zoo to provide for dining, but that's been really important to us. And again, it's all themed to be that kind of Florida, Southern, spring city.
And just, you know, obviously this part of the park is just all part of your admission. I mean, you're going to have to purchase the drinks and the food, but this is all part of your admission, just another experience. Oh, we got to see this. Hold on. We have some riders on here, too.
We
I know. Let's see, do we get any good screams out of this? Let's see. Let's
yes.
try getting a little closer.
So they're doing a little testing, letting some of our employees ride right now to give them a fair shot and check it out. And I think they're...
Oh, I hope he had a waterproof cover on that cell phone.
Yeah, I would definitely warn people that if you want to take yourself on the ride, we don't advise it. Yeah. We would say leave it in the lockers. But if you insist on taking it, please make sure it has a waterproof cover.
Sure it's waterproof. That's awesome, though. This was so great. And you could fit a lot of people on here, so the whole family, like you said, they can all enjoy this ride together, depending on how tall they are again, right? So for those just joining us, again, we are here at the Roaring Springs area and the new ride. So let's talk about opening dates and everything else that people could expect.
So our opening day is June 9th. Yeah, so we're so excited. And you can see we've got a little bit of work to do, but we've come an awful long ways. The most important thing is that the ride is running, and it is, and we're so excited about it. We will have some member preview times. We haven't announced those yet. We're still kind of working out the details on that, so stay tuned, and we will announce that very, very soon for our members.
Awesome. That's so exciting. As we're walking over to the food here, let's talk about Toddler Tuesdays, because I know that's still something you all are doing. When's the next one? When can people come out here to enjoy that? That's pretty soon. The first
is our next Tuesday next week.
We just have to make sure we confirm. Yep.
Toddler Tuesday.
Woo! Oh my gosh, I love that. That's going to be so exciting. I love that. I'm like, I should probably just give that a shot today at some point. You guys will have to let me on it. I know.
So much fun, so much
All right, so the Toddler
So next Toddler Tuesday is June 5th. Awesome. It will still be over in the Birds of Prey Theater. And I don't know what the book is this week, but it's always wonderful.
It's always fun. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's designed for the kids. It's absolutely a great event to come out. All right, so let's talk about this amazing food here, by the way.
We already have our drinks, so we know what this is.
So
this is our iced tea. We have conch fritters. We have our fish tacos. And then we have these beautiful key lime pie desserts.
That doesn't say Tampa Bay. I don't know.
That's exactly right. It's Plant City strawberries, right? So this this was really important to us to make sure everything felt like what you would see in Florida.
And it is different. It's not like the same stuff you're getting everywhere else. Everywhere. Oh, here they go again. And you know what the good thing is, too, if you don't want to get wet but still want to capture a really great photo of your kids or your husband or your significant other going down the ride, you can stand right here and you're not going to get wet.
Absolutely, nice. Absolutely. There's a couple spots up on our lookout landing where you can stand. There's places you can get wet, and if you're really careful, there's a couple places you can stand strategically and not get wet and take great pictures.
And this seems like a really good spot right here, by the way. If you could ingrain that in your heads. This is a good spot to not get wet, to get that really great photograph. But, hey, I think if you have a phone that is waterproof, again, like I said, Instagram gold out here, 100%. And this has come together.
Cool
so,
shot.
I mean, it's crunch time now at this point for you guys, but just, again, so exciting. And anything else that you want to add or share with everybody? But I know there are a lot of other things on the horizon here, a lot of big changes.
So I think what's most exciting is this is the first phase of a multi-phase kind of modernization of our Florida area. So from here, we'll start work on our Florida Wilds section, which is all the terrestrial animals that you're familiar with along the Florida Boardwalk. And then we have Florida Waters coming a few years into the future, where we're going to do a much fuller renovation of our manatee area and stingrays and otters. So there's so much more to come. It's so exciting. It's such a neat time to be a part of the zoo.
And it's just adding to that, you're able to care for even more animals here. That's the main point. Obviously educating our community, but the main thing is caring for those animals. And
absolutely, and that's one of the primary focuses of the Florida Wilds portion of the next phase. Is we're actually expanding our panther habitat so that we can better care for the panthers that come in here. And, we don't ever want to have to take a panther, but certainly just like Walter, who I think we've talked about before, sometimes panthers will come in with injuries that just wouldn't allow them to be re-released into the wild. So we want to give them the best possible life here that we can. And so this is going to allow us to do even more of that.
Well, I'll tell you, the animals are living their best life here at Zoo Tampa for sure. This is awesome.
We definitely think so. We think so.
Well, this is great. And again, so it opens on June 9th to the public, and there will be some previews for the zoo members, for those of you who are members. And this is a good time to get a membership, right, for the summer?
The best time to get a membership because there's so much going on. The kids are out of school. It's a fun time. You can come and go. Absolutely. I would definitely recommend a membership.
Awesome. Well, let's cheers to that. And let's see. I think they're all going to get wet. Hold on. We have to end on this.
Watch them get wet.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic. You know what you could do is tell somebody before, so they don't realize what's going to happen. Say, come on, stand up there.
Right.
You won't get wet. Just kidding. Oh, my gosh. That is fantastic.
That is fantastic.
Oh, wow. So they got a pretty good drenching there, too.
They did. And that boat wasn't even full of people.
No,
so the splash is much more intense when you have it full of people.
That is awesome. Well, I cannot wait. Thank you so much for taking the time. And what we're doing next, and we're super excited because we're going to be doing our cover shoot for our July issue out here. So that's what's coming up.
We're thrilled.
And we're excited. This is going to be a lot of fun. So thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want to let everybody know while we're...
Just come out and see us. Come enjoy the splash. Enjoy the food and the wonderful drinks. We are looking forward to having you here.
Cheers to that. Bye, everybody.